Hey, what's up YouTube, welcome back to another video. So this video is all about my riding gear, and this video is not sponsored by anyone. So it's upon my wheel I'm making this video. So the best thing is I can be very honest with my reviews about the riding gears which I'm using. So if you have came to this video thinking of how I saved my money on buying this riding gears, I have to disappoint you. This is not that kind of a video. But if you're watching this video, then I can help you in saving some money in a way by not going into the wrong riding gear. So let's start with the helmet. Currently I'm using an AGV K5 SV. Before this I was using an MT Axxis helmet. So that's the first big bike helmet which I bought. Previously I was using a studs helmet when I was touring on the Unicorn, and I don't really suggest that helmet for everyone, just because of the reason that it is not that much stable when you're going on the highways. Even at 80 or 90 km/h and you get a crosswind, the wind goes into the helmet, and basically your helmet will start feeling like a parachute, and it will hinder your vision and all. Okay, let's talk about the MT Axxis, which I used for almost 3 years. So I bought that helmet because I don't want to go to the LS2, and my primary concern was whenever I'm buying a helmet, I wanted to buy an double D ring. That's my suggestion to you. Whenever you're buying any helmet, just go for the double D. If you're finding a double D on any helmet, the double D ring clips on the helmet, then certainly that helmet will be of good quality. That's what you should think. The clips are not so much stable as what you think. During an impact, there's a chance that the clip might come off. So that's why the double D ring was invented. And the MT Axxis was good, but it was a little heavy. That was the only thing. I didn't vlog much on that because it will allow me to vlog till a speed of 70 or 80 km/h, and after that the wind goes in and there was no chin curtain, but it was good in terms of stability. In fact, that model is discontinued. That model is not there anymore in sales. And after that I bought a AGV K5 SV. It is a very expensive helmet. I bought it from Europe through my friend, and I'm not being an anti-national here. Don't think in that way that I got something from outside for a cheaper price. When things are a little expensive here, we have to find an alternative way to save some money. So my friend was coming and I asked him to pick one helmet for me, and it was an AGV K5 SV, and this is one of the best investment that I made, both in terms of protection and stability, because this can hold up to a speed of 200 km/h without any air issues, like air going inside the helmet and all. And after using this helmet, my vlogging actually improved. In the sense, I didn't buy this helmet just for the vlogging. It eventually improved because there was less air going into the helmet, but nowadays there are a lot more air going in. I know that. The reason is because I started talking and my cheek pad got loosened, so you have to replace the cheek pad. And you could ask me this question, that why I changed the helmet after 3 years. So every helmet has an expiry date kind of a thing. Okay, it's not just the helmet, the paddings which has been used and the lining and everything has an expiry date. So generally manufacturers tell that use it for 3 years, and after that it can take the impact or it cannot. So it's better to replace your helmet once in 3 to 4 years. My suggestion is just go for the double D ring, and don't be so strict with ISI things. Okay, I know that in our country we have to stick with ISI mark and all this, but but in my opinion, go for a DOT or ECE certified helmet. Don't think too much on the pricing part. I know that it is little expensive. Just think about this. Just look at your mobile phone, how much you have spent for it, and now you think about buying something for your own safety. That's all. So the second thing which I bought was a jacket. So currently I'm using a Spartan jacket, Aspida Helios 1, and previously I was using a Zeus Jacket. Okay, you will be thinking that okay, I would have used it for 3 years or 4 years and thrown that jacket off. But actually what happened is that it wasn't a breathable jacket, and I'm actually living in Bangalore, so I thought that all year long the climate over here will be always in 20 to 25, but because of global warming, I think the heat started heating somewhere from 30 to 35 at times, and the Zeus jacket was like really getting hotter, so I have to switch it to a breathable jacket, and I started using the Spartan Helios, and I'm pretty happy with it. Many of my friends are also using it. This is basically a touring jacket. It has breathable vents, and it is basically a mesh jacket, so air goes in, and I'm pretty comfortable with it, and it has good level of protection also. So always go for a level 2 certification if you can. That is the best thing for a jacket. If you're living in a place where the temperature varies from 25 and above, then it's better to go for a breathable jacket. And when you are hitting Ladakh or that kind of a really cold condition place, then it's better to wear your thermal liner and the rain liner inside that will protect you. And I've been using a Alpinestars gloves, but now today I'm using a leather gloves. So this is from Nitro, some company like that. I don't have to really care about the brand of the gloves. If it is a leather one, if it's a pure leather gloves, then it will anyway protect, and this will protect you from very cold conditions. So today the temperature was somewhere around 20 degrees Celsius in the morning, not even 20, even less than that. So I had to use this. Basically I was using an Alpinestars shore gloves, that is also a breathable one. I use that for my summer rides also, and especially not just summer rides. This is my winter gloves, and apart from that, all of the time I'm using that one, and that is rain wearable. So it's better to buy something which you can wear it in rain as well as summer. If you are getting too cold during the winter season, what you can do is you can buy a surgical glove and wear it, and upon that you can wear your normal glove. So that's about gloves, and let's talk about the boots. People wanted to know about the boots. So it's an Alpinestars SMX 6. So what really happened is that I was checking with many of my friends who were using boot, and they gave me one suggestion, that don't just invest on boot just like that, because there are many boot that it is available for 8,000 rupees, and people are like throwing it off because they cannot use it. Either they are too tight or too uncomfortable to wear, or not up to the mark. So people told that if you're buying something, buy from a very reputed brand, because they only know how to make boots. Boots are not like any other gear. So it almost took me 3 years of my time to save the money for that. You know that I was not throwing my money on my riding gear just like that. So until then I was using a Woodland shoe, and for my touring purpose. So that is really a good option, because you can buy a shoe for 3,000. It's a boot in fact, 3,000 to 4,000 rupees, and you can use it for your casual day-to-day life, and you can in fact use it for touring also. It is rain wearable, you can wear it in summer, and every other time you can wear it. Then finally I bought the Alpinestars SMX 6 boots, and I didn't look back. Like, I'm completely satisfied with it. I have to admit that Alpinestars know how to make riding gears, but when it comes to our country, India, it is too much expensive, I think, because of the import duties and all. And the next thing was the riding pant. So I bought this riding pant 4 months back. I was in impression that I can use knee guard. I was using a knee guard. I really stopped using it after some time, because I would have used it for at least 3 or 4 times. Whenever I tour and I stop at some point, I have to carry the knee pads, and it is little irritating, because when you are going to visit a place, you have to carry the knee pads. If it is there on your knee, it will stop you from walking. So I was not using it, and once I was in a tour with my friend who was a Versys 650, and I was in this distance, okay. So I was just following him, not tailgating him in fact. But what really happened is that at this distance, in fact, his tire actually picked up a small stone, and it came and hit on my thigh, okay. It was so painful for me. I literally cried inside my helmet. That day I decided that I'll be buying my riding pant, and next day I went and I bought a riding pant according to my jacket. So my jacket is Spartan, so I went and bought a Spartan riding pant, because that has a connection. The rain liner connection is there. So that's the reason which I went. I'm not really using that connection, but still, for the sake of uniformity, I'm using the Spartan jacket and the Spartan pants. And people nowadays are asking me why I'm not upgrading to an expensive riding gear after buying a super bike. I'm not that kind of a guy who really throws money on each and everything which I wanted to buy. I'll just think about it. If this riding gear is going good, maybe when I have to recycle this riding gear, like once in 3 years, I have to shift to something else. I don't know which one I'll be going, but next time I wanted to try something, some outside brand, like some international brand which can give me a little more comfort. This one is also super comfortable, okay. This jacket is very, very comfortable. I've been using my friend's Spartan jacket, and then I used it almost for 6 months. Then he came back to me and he took the jacket off from me. Then I went and bought this jacket, okay. So I was so comfortable with the jacket. That's the reason why I went and bought the same model, saying that hey, I need it. So that's about my riding gears and all. And invest on your riding gears. I have only one thing to say, that people are buying mobile phones and stuff, and laptop and GoPros, everything for 30,000 and 40,000. So in my opinion, if you can find a good helmet from a range of 6,000 to 8,000 rupees, then that's a good thing. That's a really good entry level helmet that you can buy. And gloves are like becoming expensive nowadays. I don't know why. Basically previously you can buy a good riding gear for 2k and all, but nowadays it has came up to till 4k. If you're buying a leather glove, no problem, you don't have to look at the brand. If you're not going for a leather glove, just look at the comfort. The fit should be nice. That's one thing with the glove, because it shouldn't slip off when you're riding or when you're having a fall. It shouldn't slip off from your hand. That's one thing. Jacket, basically my budget is like, just go with something in the range of 8,000. That'll be a good jacket for sure. If you're going for a reputed brand like Spartan, Rhinox, or some other things, I don't know, just go for the reviews. That's all I can say. And with the boots, do not invest on 8,000 rupees boots. Save your money. I know that my boots cost like a hell. My boots was costing somewhere from 25,000. You know, if I accumulate all the money which I spend for other riding gears, it is almost equivalent to my boots cost. So the boots are like super expensive. Just go for the right boot. Don't just throw the money, and finally you have to throw the boots off. You buy a boot for 8,000 rupees, you will be just throwing it off. So best thing is like, save the money for it and then buy a good boot. That's it. I hope I have answered all your questions on my gear, and I can only endorse the gears which I have used. A few companies are contacting me for promoting their riding gear. The only one thing is, I cannot give you an assurance that one riding gear is good just after riding it for a month or so. I have to use it for a longer time. I have to use it in rain, I have to use it in summers, I have to use it in off-roads mainly. Then I'll get to know the actual protection of the riding gear. Then only I can say something. So at least I'll take around 1 year of my time to get my opinion about a riding gear. That's one reason I don't promote riding gears. If some of you have contacted me for the same, I'm really sorry for it. I cannot do that, because if I simply promote something and something happened to one of my viewers just because of this riding gear or anything, okay, if something happened to my viewer, then yeah, I'll feel bad for it. That's why. That's the reason. Okay, enough of gyan. So hope you like this video, and as always, show some love in the form of likes and comments. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye. Wear your riding gear and do all this stuff, okay? Bye.